Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the second time I'm doing this video. The first time I went to edit it and I had like a big piece of pepper in my tooth the whole time and I just could not focus. So I'm like, probably other people are gonna feel the same way. So I'm back sans pepper, as far as I can tell. And I'm here to do this video again. This is gonna be an intro and a bookshelf tour. This is gonna be, I think, my first video on this channel. So hello, my name's Alex. I am a mom of two. Just recently, like, my kids started both going to school, and so I'm ready to kind of do something fun just for me, and so I started this channel. And it's basically just gonna be me and my reading adventures and my hot takes, and also a segment with me and my best friend Kim, who also has started picking up reading in the past year or two. So that's basically what this channel is gonna be all about. I thought a great way to kind of show you my tastes and kind of the books I'm excited about is to show you my bookshelves. So I have these two shelves here, and then two bookshelves downstairs in my bedroom that are my TBR. So these ones that I'm going to show you first are like my read and loved books. I'd say I'm kind of more of a minimalist as far as, not in the general sense of my whole life, but as far as books go, because I've probably read about, I'm not the fastest reader, so I've probably read, and I've read more this year than last year, but in the past 2 years, I probably read like around 75 books, give or take. And so obviously you'll see that this is not 75 books. So I don't keep every book that I read. A lot of the books I read are on Kindle Unlimited, but you'll know that if I have a book, it's because I really, really loved it and likely will read it again. I mean, I feel like that's kind of my like benchmark, is like, will I ever read this again? And if the answer is yes, then I will keep the book or buy the book if I read it on Kindle. But yeah, I don't know. It's just good vibes over here. I'm just kind of learning what I like and what I don't like. So I guess hopefully you can come on the journey with me. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the books that I've read and love. So I'm going to go through every book because there's not that many of them. I think in my TBR shelf, I'll kind of be a little pickier on what I talk about, but since there's really not that many, I can kind of delve into it. I have all of Emily Henry's books. I've read them all, love them. Some of these are shelf trophies because I read them on Kindle. I think 2 of these paperbacks I read on Kindle. So definitely a good sign, I think, when you read the book and you feel like, I need to own this, a physical book of this that I can hold in my hands. So that's what happened with Emily Henry. Love her, love the banter, love the dynamic characters, love the bookish themes. So can't say enough good things about Emily Henry. The next is The 7-Year Slip. I really loved this book. I love magical realism. I feel like it's a great book to recommend to anyone. Just fun. It reminds me a lot of Just Like Heaven, if you've ever seen the movie with Reese Witherspoon. Such a great one. It's got similar vibes to that. Then Abby Jimenez. I love Abby Jimenez, again, with the banter and the like realistic. Yours Truly is one of my favorite romance books, I'd say, like top 5. And most of that is because I feel like the male main character is just a realistic person. Like, just kind of anxious, like just trying to shoot his shot, like not like the vibrato of a lot of male main characters in romance. I feel like I find myself getting kind of disinterested in like the macho man type of male main character. So one of my favorites. I also really loved Just for the Summer. I did not read Part of Your World, and I feel like this book kind of revealed things about that book that I should have probably read them in order, but I was just really excited for this release and I just went for it and it was fine. But I don't think I'm going to be probably reading that because I know too much now, maybe. Meet Me at the Lake was a good one. I'd say that these two, Flawless and Meet Me at the Lake, were like not 5-star reads for me. Kind of uncharacteristic for me to have kept them, but I felt like if someone came to me and said, I just need like a light romance that's good for the summer, maybe like I'm going to the beach and I need something that I don't need to focus super hard on, but like will be good times. I kept those so that I would have something if anyone, not that many people are asking me for book recommendations, right? But like, I thought in my brain, I'm thinking that would be those would be great ones. So they were a good time. They weren't earth shattering for me. They're not like, I'm not like dying to gush about them to anyone, but they were really fun. And so I kept those. I don't think I'll continue in this series. I have a little bit of a tiff with romance series because I feel like some authors just find what works and then they just keep doing the same thing and it just feels a little repetitive to me. I think I was a little scarred by The Things We Left Behind or The Things We Never Saw. I can't remember what it's called, but I read the first one in that Lucy Score series, and then I read it was okay. Now that I'm farther along on this journey, I feel like there are better things, but at the time it was good. It propelled me to the second book, so it was good enough to me to do that. And I felt like it was just a very similar story, similar characters, the grumpy sunshine, like just felt like, I don't know. For me, I'd rather read something that's newer, fresher, different than to just read a similar thing. But maybe there's people that they really like that particular trope or vibe and they just want to keep going with like basically the same book. That's not me. Like I'd rather, if I would be spending my time reading, I want it to be on something that's maybe a little more different. So kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for like basic romance series. I feel like I'm worried that the rest of the books are just going to be so similar to this. But I feel like I can't put a blanket statement on all authors like that. I'm sure that it's a great series. I just wasn't super excited to keep going, personally. Then we have Love in Other Words. This was a really great one. It's been a really long time. This is one of my first books getting back into reading. So about 2 years ago, I probably read this. And I really loved it. I just loved the bookish theme of it. Like I think this one's about childhood friends to lovers. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. And they I don't know, it's cute because they come up with, every time they see each other, they come up with a new word. And it's just really cute. So I really loved that one. Obviously, I like the bookish themed books. I'm a book lover, so I love other book lovers. So it was fun. Next would be Powerless, but I did lend that one out. I also have Reckless. And this one, which I have not read, but it's not on my TBR shelf because series, I feel like, need to be together or else they'll be sad. In my brain, that's how it works. But loved Powerless. That was one of the books that kept, I stayed up late reading it. I stayed up, I think, till 1:30 finishing that book. And I went out immediately the next day and got the second one. So I really loved it. Reckless, I feel like I didn't love as much, but I did really enjoy. Not sure if it was fully 5 stars for me. I know Powerless, I would say, is. And then the last one that I've lent out that's not here is Heartless Hunter. Really loved that. Again, a newfound love for YA fantasy, I feel like, this year, which I didn't know. So that's been really fun to kind of get into. Down here, I have first ACOTAR, which was my first fantasy series. So I really, really enjoyed it. Me and my friend Kim, who I mentioned earlier, we kind of talked about if we read that now, having read so many fantasy books, would we like it as much? I think the answer might be no. But because it's the first fantasy that I read, it's really nostalgic to me, I guess, really special and near and dear to my heart. And so I went out and got the ones that I didn't have. So, because a couple of those I think I read on Kindle. Most of them I think I read on Kindle. And I've since listened to the graphic audio, which was really fun. But they're just cute books, and I was happy to have them all. The next, probably the hottest take in this video, is Throne of Glass. I didn't love Throne of Glass. I know a lot of people are like, loved Throne of Glass way more than ACOTAR, which maybe that's just the people that are the loudest are the ones, because I've heard that a lot, that Throne of Glass is just like leagues above ACOTAR. I found ACOTAR to be like really endearing. I felt like the characters were great. I loved the found family vibes in it. I feel like in Throne of Glass, I didn't really love the female main character. I think that was the main problem for me, is that I found her a little frustrating. I found her a little like mean-hearted. I don't know. So that was hard for me. I still have not read Kingdom of Ash, so I feel like I can't have a full and complete review and opinion on this series until I read that. I know so much happens in that book. I don't see it negating all of my feelings that I've already had. I will be reading that, but it's just so big. I feel like it's going to take up like almost a whole month of my reading. So I don't know. I did get the audio to try and make it a little easier, but I'm worried it's going to be too hard to comprehend in audio form. So we'll see. We'll see where I end up with that one, but those are my thoughts. Last one is Iron Flame. I obviously have Fourth Wing as well, but I've lent that one out as well. One of my favorite books. I love it so much. It's just got that like spunk and specialness to it. The characters are wonderful, and I love it. That's obviously why I lent it out. So I'm very much looking forward to the third book coming out next year. Yeah, so that's what I have. I probably, if I don't, unless Kingdom of Ash blows my mind, I probably am going to be selling these books, because I don't see myself ever reading them again. I don't see myself recommending such a large series that I wasn't crazy about. So there will be a lot more room on here that I'm hoping to fill up, which will be great. They are really pretty, and going next to ACOTAR, they look so great, but I don't know. I'm only interested in keeping things that I'm just like obsessed with, and I just wasn't obsessed with it. So hate me if you will. Maybe that's like everyone's logging off now because they can't believe I don't love Throne of Glass, but that's just, I guess, my hot take on that series. So, all right, now I'm going to take you downstairs to my TBR shelf and kind of give you an overview of what that's all about. All right, welcome to my TBR shelves. They bring me so much joy. I feel like they just look so nice. It's just so enticing. It just makes me think of like all the excitement, all the things I haven't read. And yeah, let's get into it. I'll just give you a quick tour, I guess, of what we've got going on here. I mostly have like more fluffy-ish kind of romance, real life, actual people on Earth. And then we have like more fantasy, more like magic, not of this world type of books. So generally speaking, that's kind of like how I've compartmentalized them, but let's take a closer look. All right, starting up here, I've got The Silent Patient, which is more of a kind of thrillery type of vibe. I've read one other book by Rebecca Yarros, other than the Empyrean series, and it was good. I'm wanting to give it another chance, so I got that one because it had been kind of talked about a bunch. Several of these I was given, me and Kim, my best friend Kim, we give each other books when we're done with them. So several of these, including that one, this one she gave to me, a few others. I think this Christmas one that I'm looking forward to reading in December. This Tessa Bailey, which I have not yet read Tessa Bailey yet. I know it's a certain vibe. So I have not really picked that up yet, but I have an intense case of FOMO. So I have to like read all of these big authors at least once, just so I can see what the hype is about. So that one's kind of, you know, shelved for me. But I gave my mom really loves these thriller kind of mystery thriller books. So I got her The Housemaid, and she read it and said it was great and gave it back to me to read. So that, along with The Silent Patient, are kind of like looming in on my TBR, because I know they're a little more intense. Same with Gone Girl. I think it's a similar vibe. So I don't know. I feel like I haven't picked those up yet because I feel like I have to be in the right mood for them. This is my Lauren Asher, who's huge on Book Talk. Elle Kennedy, I think I did actually read one of her books. This one's just so big that it intimidates me. Usually when I'm looking for like a fluffy romance, I'm looking for something a little smaller. I've read 2 Christina Laurens and they were good, so I got that one. I think I got this one on Book Outlet, which a lot of these books are Book Outlet. I'm a huge Book Outlet fan. Books can come with a little bit of either a little mark on them or just something that's a little bit, maybe like a folded page, things that are not deal breakers for me, but they're at a lower cost. So like, for instance, this has like a sticker that won't come off. Usually a lot of these books will have a mark on them. I think that's how they know that it's been discounted. Or maybe how the publishers know that they've been discounted, so they can keep track of how things are selling, or I don't know. Maybe you can educate me in the comments. Also in the comments, if you can, like, if you see a book that you've read and loved, maybe let me know, like, hey, you should prioritize this one because it's really good. I would love that. That would be so helpful. I think this one's also a little dark and twisty. The Last Thing He Told Me, I've seen that one. This is one that I've recently gotten at Target, I think. A little bit of magical realism. Same with, I think, Last Chance Library. I think that one was a little bit of magical realism as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mad Honey, which is, I think, more of like a lit fic type of book. A little bit less romance than maybe the other ones here. Nicholas Sparks I haven't picked up since I was a teenager. Someone really raved about this one, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Excited to pick him up again. And I'll go ahead and go down to my fantasy magic world. Because those are the books that I'm really more excited about lately. It looks like I've been getting the same amount of both, but really I've just been reading these at a faster pace and buying more of them. So, Cruel Prince is one that me and Kim plan to read together. She actually sent it to me when it was at a really low price, and so we snatched that one up. Also, she sent me Divergent, which I have not read. And it's been a really long time since I've watched 1 or 2 of the movies, so I feel like it's all going to be pretty new to me, and I'm looking forward to that. Honey Witch was a recently bought one, I think kind of a cozy romance. Cozy fantasy type vibe. Also a Book Outlet book, Daughter of the Pirate King, which had pretty good ratings. Also got these, let's see, all 5 of these books on Book Outlet. This is a YA fantasy series that has been highly rated. 2 Brandon Sanderson books. I still have not picked up Brandon Sanderson. Trust in the Emerald Sea, I listened to on audio for a couple of chapters and just realized I don't know. I don't know if it was the reader or what, but I just wasn't grasping like the storyline as well as I felt like I should have. Yeah, but I really liked the premise and the character, and so I waited till that one went on sale and got it. And I'm excited to read that one. So, and then I'll probably delve into a little bit of sci-fi. I've never read anything sci-fi, so I've kind of recently been trying to sneak in a couple new genres in there. Right now I'm listening to a memoir, I think you would consider it. So throwing that in there, just kind of trying to test the waters of all these different genres and see what sticks, you know? So I heard really great things about this one. Very excited. The Unmaking of June Farrow was recommended to me by one of my good friends, and I'm really excited to read it. Same friend recommended the Encyclopedia of Fairies, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So both of these I'm excited about. Just had like good magical, whimsical vibes when I kind of discovered them. So looking forward to those. The Spell Shop. This is one that I kept seeing online in stores. I've been wanting to read more cozy fantasy, and it's definitely seemed like it checked that box. The book itself is just so beautiful that it just enticed me. It's got sprayed edges, and it just looks so like a cozy fantasy good time. Picking a book based on sprayed edges and cover has not really gone well for me in the past, so I'm hoping I'm not disappointed. I actually kind of started reading this and slightly DNF'd it because it just was not the time. Like, I don't know. I think I was just coming off of Blood and Steel, and I was in a little bit of a reading slump because that was one of my favorite series that I've read ever. So I'm not giving up on you. I'm not giving up on you, Spell Shop. It just was not the moment in time for me, but I'm excited to get into it at some point. These two books I've seen a lot on the internet, but I've also recently heard that they're both very spicy. So it's kind of deterred me a little bit. It's not that I don't like a little spice in there, but when the premise of the book feels like the theme of the book is spice, I don't love that. So I'm willing to give them a chance. There's a little trepidation there. So we'll see. But those are my beautiful to be read books, and I'm so excited about them. They're part of the decor in my bedroom, and I just think they're so pretty, and I love that it feels like the right amount to still feel tangible. Like I feel like I can get through these books, but it's enough where I have a great variety. So cannot complain. Feel so blessed to be able to have this little corner in my room that just brings me so much joy. There you go. There you have it. My bookshelves. They are small but mighty. They bring me so much joy. I get excited for the future of like what they're gonna look like and the books that I'm gonna be able to accumulate in the future. And also just like the unknown is really exciting to me. So if you have any books that you feel like I should add to my TBR based on what you've seen, or if there's a book you see on here that you are like, yes, you should definitely prioritize that. It's a great one. I would love that. I would love to get any recommendations. I'm always looking for more. So I appreciate you watching this video, and definitely for sticking through like my awkwardness, because I'm still trying to get the hang of this whole YouTube thing and talking to a camera. So I used to do it more in the past, and in the past couple of years I've just been focusing on my kiddos and my family, and now it's time for me to kind of just have a little corner of my life that's just mine. And so I'm excited to use my creativity to make videos, and I hope that you'll stay along for the ride. So thanks for watching. Until next time.